Welcome to Facing the Shadow Tarot. These readings are not about comfort. They're for people who can sit with discomfort and still choose truth. This is shadow work, honest, confronting, and sometimes triggering. I don't read to soothe the ego. I read to expose patterns, wounds, and truths that are ready to be faced. This channel exists to open eyes, not to close wounds prematurely. If you're here for reassurance, this may not be your space. But if you're here because something in you is tired of repeating the same cycles, tired of spiritual bypassing, tired of lying to yourself, then you're in the right place. Take what resonates and leave the rest, as they say. These readings are not predictive, and they are not instructions. They are reflections. You have free will. What you do with the truth is your responsibility. I'll be pulling one oracle card, one message card, and one trauma card. Not to label you, but to confront what's been asking for your attention. If this reading triggers you, pause. Triggers are doorways, not punishments. Let us begin. Welcome. Thank you for joining me again for a look into the shadows. The shadows aren't always ugly, but they're always revealing, and they're always uncomfortable to those who don't understand that this uncomfortability is necessary for growth. So let's see what we have within the shadows today. A card of movement, choices, decisions. The number 2 expresses duality. It could be a double mind. It could be a double choice. 2 separate actions that may bring about 2 very different outcomes. Or it could be 2 doors specifically that are meant to be opened. Either one probably could lead to, I'd say most likely would lead to, some sort of growth, some sort of revelation that is definitely needed. There are different options and choices here. There's the love of money. There is the love of love. There is the love of life. And there is the love of freedom. They're there. And within all these choices are the should I, shouldn't I, will I, won't I, do I, don't I. The energy that surrounds these choices and decisions is the third eye chakra. I'm going to read a little bit about the third eye chakra. I believe it is about the intuitive knowing, the inner clairvoyance. It says, I see. The element is light, illumination, inner knowing. This is the energy surrounding these movement and choices, which says to me that intuitively you know the choice, you know the direction intuitively. Which one is it? Is it the finances? Is it the relationship? Is it the soul, the growth of self? Or is it freedom, living free? Concentrating on that. This is the most often talked about of all the chakras, and clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition, and higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center. Found between your eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose, it works closely with the throat and crown chakras and will assist you with your psychic and intuitive inner guidance. So the energy is of an assistant to your guidance. So it may not be necessarily that you know, but you have assistance in knowing, in making your choice. It makes sense. Spirit always wants you to choose of your own. God always wants you to choose of your own. So as we think further about this, we can see that these choices are life change choices. These choices represent major change that is happening in someone's life, in your life. If you're religious, you might look up Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11. If not, you can also just think about it like this. Although things will be flipped upside down, when this difficult time ends, positive things are to come. These choices may not at first be pleasant. This may be a difficult choice, having to do with things that are uncomfortable. And we know that even good changes bring about the experience of uncomfortability. This is the reason why people run from healing, because healing is not pleasant. It is not comfortable until after it is done, or it is like so far set in that the uncomfortability changes its form in how it feels to you. It's still there, but you get used to it. And so therefore, it doesn't have a negative effect on you. And that all has to do with a person's inner knowing and understanding of what is actually happening to oneself. Movement, choices, and decisions. Should I? Shouldn't I? Will I? Won't I? Do I? Don't I? And the energy of inner knowing or help with seeing what's really there. Can we see into these windows and see? We see the money falling, we see the rings of love, we see the growth, and we see head in the clouds. We see it. We can see it clearly. We can see the choices and which path they lead us to be consumed by. Seeing something that you haven't really wanted to do. You haven't really paid attention. And now things are getting flipped upside down. And this major change is happening that is forcing you to make a decision. Because you have baggage to deal with, heavy burdens, secrets, half-truths that you either have been telling yourself or telling others, or that someone has been telling you. Suffering, stress, and toxicity. This is all the baggage that you have. Heavy burdens, secrets, half-truths, suffering, stress, and toxicity. And so now you see. This is the energy surrounding this. And now there is movement, choices, and decisions to be made. Which door do we choose? We can choose where our mind might lead us, which might be in a place of fantasy where we choose not to see what's really there, to escape how it feels. We can choose growth, which only starts as the seed and takes time to bloom, which means pain has to be dealt with, uncomfortability. We can choose the relationship, which could end up acting as a distraction or could be premature, meaning, are we actually ready? Have we dealt with everything we need to deal with so that we can maintain this? And then there is the finances. Will we consume ourselves with moving towards the finances and leave everything else behind? It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but whatever choice one makes, there are consequences. There are other choices that others will make according to ours. A major life change is afoot. Things will be flipped. But the key is when the difficult time ends, positive things are to come. Do you see it? Can you envision it? Can you envision it? No matter what you choose, positive things are to come. You will see. And this baggage, these heavy burdens, these secrets, these half-truths, this suffering, this stress, this toxicity, you see that too. And you are receiving help in which way to go. It is behind one of these doors that this baggage will continue. Although I have a feeling that Spirit will not let you rest in it, but it will be painful if you choose to keep it. So choose wisely, my friend, and welcome the positive change when it comes. Welcome the discomfort, because in this case, the discomfort will lead to your salvation and your mind being enlightened.